Hello, my fellow skateboarders, longboarders, and freelance skaters. This is Srinivasan, a fine art photographer who loves to skate. So, what are you going to look today? What we are going to cover today? So, I've been thinking about to discuss on electric skateboards for a while now. So, there are plenty of materials available online for you to check about the electric skateboards, but I still want to share my perspective on the electric skateboards as an Indian, as an Asian, and very unfortunate that a few of the electric skateboards are not in India, manufacturers are not in India, playing in India. They do ship to India, but the thing is Indians are left out of Asians, like if you're going to think about Asians, people get an image of China and other parts of the world. Unfortunately, Asians doesn't get an image, a picture of Indian in their mind when you think about Asians. Okay, so there was a technical glitch. I've been recording this before. I've done like 5 minutes of recording, and unfortunately the QuickTime's movie recording stopped, so I got to keep my phone onto the left and record my screen onto the right. Okay, so that's how this is going to be, and I'm recording this on a very lively environment. There will be noise, so it's in the morning. It's like 8:05. I still have my breakfast on my table, some bread toast and cornflakes, wheat with milk, hot milk. I like it that way, and I'm doing a video. So where will we? I want to discuss about the electric skateboards, and this is not going to be like how to buy an electric skateboard, or I'm not going to cover on hoverboards or electric scooters. I don't put them in the electric skateboard category, because that's why it's called scooters and hoverboards. So it's going to be a proper electric skateboard overview. We will see what is what and everything, but it's not going to be a how-to or to kind of why-to kind of video. Okay, so that's the idea. So let's get into this. I've opened few tabs over here, and first thing, when you Google about electric skateboards, and if you check the images, I'm sorry, very sorry for whatever that is happening, because I have cut my Wi-Fi already, because I've been having some technical issues, somebody is getting in my network and kind of taking away all my files, and feels like I've been monitored, all my phones and computers, sometimes the files are being copied, so I got to record this offline. But okay, so when you look at the tabs and when you Google electric skateboard, okay, so I don't want to keep you staring at the no internet screen. What I usually do is I'll press a tab and play the game. 1978 is my highest score anyways, but let's not do that right now. I'll put some electric skateboard in the tab in the view for you to check on. So when you Google electric skateboards, you'll get some images, alright? So most of the electric skateboards are about nearly 39 inches to 44 inches, or less than 44 inches actually. There are no electric skateboards which are longer than that, like 46 inches or something, So most of them are under 44 inches, okay? And the ones, the length of the electric skateboard which are under 39 inches are called shortboards, and the ones which are under 44 inches are called longboards actually. Unfortunately, when you come and put it into an electric thing, they don't call it as an electric longboard or electric carver or electric shortboard. So everything is called as electric skateboard here. Okay, so like any traditional skateboard, it has a deck, It has a couple of trucks, it has wheels, bearings, bushings and all that. Okay, so as we have discussed this before, there are few different types of trucks as well. So that's what we are going to see, a complete overview of an electric skateboard. So what to look at in an electric skateboard and where to start with an electric skateboard. What is the image, or what is the kind of impression, or what's the kind of idea that you have about an electric skateboard? Me as an Indian, being price conscious, like we often find the electric skateboards to be a little expensive, because like the price that you see for an electric skateboard, we could buy an IC engine two-wheeler in India, motorcycles, and a few of the electric skateboards here are cost even more than a three-wheeler, and you could get a base model four-wheeler as well. I don't know if it would pass the crash test of the European standards, but okay, yeah, you will get a four-wheeler as well for the cost of certain electric skateboard. I'm not talking about everything. So as an Indian, we are very price conscious. So first thing is, like, you need to ignore the price when you're looking at the electric skateboard, and if you want to learn further, like, these are the things that you need to think about. First thing is the drive system. So I have everything written in here because it has a little bit of things to cover. So first thing is the drive system. Okay, so it's an electric skateboard, or in a normal longboard or a skateboard, what you do is, like, you kind of push with your one leg, or you start pump if it is a carver, and then you hop onto your board and you ride your board, right? So you are the engine, or you are the drive mechanism over there. And in case of electric skateboard, we're going to employ some sort of electrical motor in it. That's why it's called electric skateboards. There were skateboards which were powered by IC engines. That's a whole different topic, and we'll talk about that later, wherein, like, all the quirky, weird skateboard setups that was evolving, before this one was there, So electric skateboard has motors. Okay, so motors are the drive system. There are different types of drive systems which kind of assist the electric skateboard to run by itself, or to carry a load and as well as ride. Okay, so first thing is the drive system, and you also need a handlebar or the controller to manage the drive system. So okay, so first thing is the drive system. As you all know, in a skateboard or a longboard, you have trucks, alright? There's trucks where you mount the wheels. So let's look at the screen here. We're looking at the boosted boards here. So nothing to do with particular company, as I said before. It's not how to, what to, why to kind of video, So when you're looking at this board, there are few drive systems per se. In the front wheel, as I'm hovering my mouse over there, the resolution kind of dims as you zoom into the screen. Okay. So there are no motors over there, and the motors are mounted onto the rear wheel. Okay, so this is like a car wherein you have a front wheel drive and a rear wheel drive. So most of the electric skateboards are rear wheel drive. And coming to the drive systems, there are three kind of drive systems. The one is like direct drive system. Direct drive system is something wherein what you are looking at is a different drive system. I'll probably get into that tab for you guys to know, and I'll talk about that in another video as well. So direct drive system is something as such wherein there are motors which are trucks. Okay, so the end of the trucks where the wheels go in, okay, that arm of the truck, the hanger, the axle, the motor is the axle. So that's called direct drive system. Okay, so that is one drive system. Next is hub motor drive system. What is a hub motor? Your wheel is the motor. Okay, there is a truck and there is a motor in the place of a wheel, and you mount your polyurethane gum around that motor. Okay, so the motor is powered, the wiring, everything goes inside the trucks, and the hub motor drive system is the wheel itself. The motor is the wheel. Okay, so that is one type of drive system. The next one is, as we saw in the boost boards, or the belt drive system. So you have the front and rear trucks. Onto the rear trucks, beneath the deck, just in front or rear of your trucks, there are two motors, and you have some gear and pulley mechanism, wherein they use a belt to, rotate your wheels, drive your wheels. So this is called a belt drive system. So when you are looking at the electric skateboards, so you're going to look at these kind of drive systems. One is the direct motor drive system, then is the hub motor drive system, then is the belt drive system. Okay, so these are the categories for electric skateboards with the drive system. Okay, and all of these are controlled by a remote, and that is another thing which goes with the electric skateboard. Okay, so these are the first categories. So when you have these kind of different drive systems, where do you use them? Okay, so it opens up a next category wherein to look for electric skateboards for your use. So that comes in the category of commute. That's where I will put, as in commute. So most of them, or most of the people, would like to use the electric skateboards for commuting. Okay, like to go to the office, or to go to the college, or to ride inside the college, or to take it to your school and come back, or go to a grocery store or something, so, or even to go for a refreshing recreational activity. So in terms of commute, these drive systems play a major role. Okay, so I would categorize commute in these four ways. Okay, urban commute, all-terrain commute, off-road, and travel. So most of the people who are using electric skateboards are going to live in the urban area. Okay, in the cities, metropolitan cities, and cosmopolitan cities, and places like that, where the roads are proper. You have a separate bicycle lane, and you have a good sidewalks or pavement, like everything, grassland and everything. So when I classify it as urban commute, the wheels are going to be like this. Most of them are sharp-lipped wheels, or all polyurethane with a bigger contact patch, and which are shiny, and sometimes it's rough as well. Hope you can recall the wheels episode wherein we discussed about the contact patch and stuff like that. So on an urban environment, we use such kind of wheels, and the most of the drive system that is employed on urban environment is a hub motor, and for a faster ride, for a speedy ride, they use a belt drive system. Okay, all terrain, where do that come in play? People would want to ride the electric skateboards onto the grass, or maybe their way to the college or work, or covers certain piece of land which is a grass and has little bit of gravels, or like something on the sides of the road that you will find on a highway or something like that. So for that, they call that kind of electric skateboards as all-terrain electric skateboards. So what kind of wheels goes with that? Because when we are talking about the commute, we are talking about the surface we ride in, and we are also talking about the power that is required to ride on that particular surface. So all-terrain skateboards, probably I'll show you a different example. This is an all-terrain skateboard. Okay, so what you're looking here is an all-terrain electric skateboards. So they have a different wheel as such. These wheels come with the tube, rubber and tire, kind of wheel and wheel rubber, and you have a pumping air tube inside, that kind of system. And there are something as in this one, or this one, yeah, what you're looking here is a complete silicone, polyurethane wheel. These are airless. Okay, so there are no tubes inside. This is like any other skateboard wheel, but with a bigger radius. These are like 100 and more than 100 in size. Okay, so those wheels, which employ such electric skateboard stuff, without the air tubeless wheels, or the all-terrain skateboards and electric skateboards. These can be ridden on road as well as in minor rough patch roads or rumbly surface or in grasses. Okay, these has to go with the other thing as well. We'll discuss that on the go. Okay, there are, after this, you have a complete off-road electric skateboard wherein like you ride only in gravels, heavy sand, beach sand, salt, and heavy grasses, tall grasses, in the forest area kind, you have such electric skateboards. Okay, these are very high power motors and can ride and take on bigger gravels and sand and all sorts of resistance. Okay, and the ones that you take it for travel, say something like this, mini, a small size electric skateboard which falls under 39 inches but above 31 inches. Okay, so it comes with a kicktail as well, so if you want to make any quick turns, you can employ the kicktail and turn the direction. And these are mostly I'll talk about the trucks as well, so which is coming under 39 inches. These are smaller ones which has the battery. Few offer replaceable battery packs, but comes under the flight rules, wherein these battery powers under the battery power falls under the 100-watt thing, on the flight, that's where you can take in your lithium-ion batteries and stuff like that. So these kind of small boards which can be employed for travel as well, so you can take them in the flights. So according to the commute, I categorize them as urban, all-terrain, off-road and travel. Okay, then as usual, as you can see, there are various types of decks in every manufacturer's category. So you classify your electric skateboard depending upon the deck. Okay, so as you can see here, there are drop down and drop through decks. Okay, drop down is in very real. Actually, this is a drop down deck. Whatever you are seeing here, this is a drop down deck. And as we discussed before in the longboard episodes, this is a camber design. Camber as in like it falls, the electric skateboard is like this, and a rocker is like this. So rocker and camber. Why rocker and camber is more essential in case of electric skateboards? Because you're traveling at higher speeds and there are no suspensions here. We employ bushings to absorb the shocks from the roads. We employ bigger wheels, bigger contact patch wheels to absorb the shocks from the road on a rumbly surface. So you might need a flexi board which has a rocker or camber to absorb the shocks, and that opens to a newer category wherein like the type of material used in the board, which is probably a combination of bamboo, fiberglass and stuff like that. And then you have let me zoom out completely and come back here. Come back to where is that thing gone? Okay, I had a wall board on the list. Okay, so we have it in this manufacturing as well. So you have a carbon fiber deck. So carbon fiber are known for very stiffness. It's raw, sturdy when you mix it with various materials. The deck layers 8, 9, and everything. Most of the electric skateboards are built above 7 layers of thing. That you have it on the deck. Okay, so carbon fiber decks are known for stiffness. I'm taking this electric skateboard thing very slow because I want you to sink in with the concepts with just one go. I don't want to be fast and make yourself there is too much of data to process. So the next one is the kind of shape wherein you put your foot onto the electric skateboard's deck, so to accommodate your foot for a longer rides like 10 miles, 15 miles, 20 miles, or such longer distance, or in Indian metric system, or 15 kilometers, 10 kilometers, 12 kilometers, 16 kilometers, 25 kilometers, 30 kilometers, or 40 kilometers. When you want to ride that long, you need to have a very comfortable position for your foot to stand on. So as we discussed this earlier, so there are concave, W concave. I don't know, it's hard for me to show you guys. So W concave, all that kind of stuff, the shapes inside the electric skateboard to accommodate your foot. So these kind of classifies here. So electric skateboards can be looked for few things, and so far we covered the drive system, and I categorized according to the commute that we use. Then we saw the types of decks. Then comes the trucks. Trucks in the sense wherein you employ or mount your wheels to. So those are called the trucks. Okay. Most of the electric skateboards have only 2 types of trucks. One is reverse kingpin trucks. The other one is double kingpin trucks. Okay. So where do you employ a reverse kingpin truck and where do you employ a double kingpin truck? So reverse kingpin trucks are employed on most of the electric skateboards wherein you have a low ride. Okay. When you commute for urban environment. And most of the electric skateboards are above 180 mm length of the trucks are employed in those electric skateboards. Nothing shorter than that. They always use a bigger electric skateboards. On a dinghy board like this, on the mini boards, they might employ a shorter truck for them to use. So factually speaking, the double kingpin trucks, hope you can recall from my other episode, actually we haven't discussed this in detail, but double kingpin truck or kind of carvers helps you have carve the board in a much more comfortable fashion to take tighter turns. So double kingpin trucks are employed in such electric skateboards wherein you use all-terrain wheels. The wheels are very big, So in order to turn the wheel to the tighter radius and having the wheel not hit the deck while you're turning, they employ double kingpin trucks. Okay. So we also discussed this in one of my videos wherein I talk about the speed wobbles when I get down the bridge, my experience after riding to the Kaveri bridge, So these trucks with reverse kingpin and double kingpin trucks, they are designed somehow, to handle higher speeds. They don't give you much speed wobbles, but they do have some speed wobbles when you get to higher speeds, like 40 km per hour or 50 km per hour. But they do manage pretty well on 30 km per hour speed mark. Okay, so the reverse kingpin trucks play a very stable role here. They kind of play a stiff role at higher speeds. So we kind of classify electric skateboards or look into electric skateboards for all these things. A drive system, the commute, where we are going to use it, then the type of deck that you have, type of trucks. What else we have then? Wheels, of course. So with the wheels, as we have